Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a review on the MAKARTT Nail Extension Gel Kit, and basically this is a polygel nail kit so that you can create extensions on your natural nails, and I'm going to be showing you how I created this set of nails using this kit, so let's get right into the video. So here is what the kit looks like. It comes in this pretty decently sized box, and on the back it just says how to do an application of the gel, and there are more instructions on the inside of the box, so I will be going over those more in depth. And here is what the inside of the package looks like. So there is a little pamphlet, and this basically has instructions on how to do the nails, as well as some other information. So moving into the products, there is a package of dual forms, and these are used to create the extension. There is a nail file, and this one is a bit of a finer nail file, but it will work. Here is the base and top gel, and then the 6 different colors of polygel along with a brush and spatula. So here's the nail file a little bit more up close. So you can see it does say 120 to 240 with the MAKARTT logo. And here is the package of dual forms. So basically it comes in this little plastic bag, and once you open it up, you sort of have to dump out all of the forms to find your size. And I will be showing you a close-up because these are not like any forms I've previously used. So here you can see the C curve is really strong, and they also have lines on the top so that you can see how long you are making the nail. And that is how you fit a dual form, just so you can get an idea. And here is the brush and picker tool. So on one end it has a brush to sort of pat the polygel in place, and then the other side is a spatula so that you can scrape the polygel from the tube. And both of these can be cleaned with alcohol or acetone. So now moving into the polygel colors, here are what the tubes look like. So they are around ½ ounce, and here is the clear. There is a light pink, a natural pink, a bright white, a dark pink, and lastly a misty rose. So all of the tubes come sealed, so you know that no product will spill out and get all over, which is really nice. And now I'm going to be showing you the colors a little bit more up close. So this is the clear. It is super clear and not grainy at all. This is the white. Now it is sort of a really opaque and super bright white, so if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend this one. Here is the light pink, so you can see that it's sort of a light peachy pink color. This is the natural pink, so it is pretty similar to the last one. Here is the dark pink, so it's more of a cool toned, darker shade. And lastly, we have Misty Rose, which is an almost clear, super light pink. And here are all of the colors swatched on paper, so you can sort of see the difference between all of them. So to clean off my nails, I'm starting off with a lint-free wipe and some rubbing alcohol, and I'm just going to cleanse the surface of my nails, and this will get rid of any dust. So I just rubbed over all of the nails, and this will make them nice and ready for the gel application. So after I've disinfected and dehydrated the nail plate, I'm going in with the Soak Off Base Gel, and this is a gel base coat that will need to be cured in an LED lamp. So I'm going to apply a thin, even layer to all of my nails. And I wanted to mention before I applied the base coat, I did push back my cuticles and buff the surface of the nail, and this will give it a nice, even, and ready texture for the gel to adhere to. So even though I didn't show it in the video, I would highly recommend doing those two things just to make your gel manicure last. So then after I applied the base, I'm going to cure my LED lamp. And now I'm going to size the dual forms to my nails, so I'm basically just pressing down and seeing if it fits from sidewall to sidewall, and also make sure that there is a little gap between the nail and the dual form just so that there is room for the product to sit. And for my manicure, I'm going to be using Natural Pink, which is my favorite shade along with the clear. So I'm just taking my spatula and scraping a little bead of the polygel off, and I'm going to spread that into my dual form, and then using the brush and some rubbing alcohol, I'm just going to press and pat the product until I get it in the shape I like. And you want to have it pretty thin near the cuticle area and tip, and thicker where the apex should be. And the apex is basically just the stress area where you want the product to be a little bit thicker. And especially since these dual forms have a pretty big C-curve, there isn't really a problem with getting that strength and structure. So I flipped my nail over and smoothed the underside, then I cured for 30 seconds and popped off my dual form, and here you can see the beautiful nail we just created. So I'm going to repeat that process on all of my nails, so spreading some of the polygel into my dual form and then patting it with my brush, and this just gets the perfect shape. Now, I really like dual forms because I think they are perfect for beginners, especially if you have a hard time building nails, because I know I tried to do polygel with paper nail forms, and while I can do it, it is a little bit trickier and it definitely needs more work and practice. So I really like dual forms because I think it's just easier, and you still get the beautiful effect you would get with paper forms. So again here, I'm just spreading out the polygel and getting it how I like, and you really want to get the polygel exactly how you like now because it's way easier to shape and file after you've already sort of perfected your shape. It's a lot harder to file a ton and do a lot of extra work just to get that perfect shape. So again, I'm smoothing out the underside, curing, and then popping off the dual form. And here you can see the beautiful strength and structure and color of the nail. So here are the nails after I applied the gel onto all of them, so they definitely need to be filed and smoothed out. And I'm just taking some rubbing alcohol on my brush and spatula to clean them before I place the caps back on. So now I'm going to file the edges and sidewalls of my nails and get the shape I want. So here I was going for sort of a rounded tapered square. I don't really know if that makes sense, but that's the shape I was going for in my head. So I filed down the free edge straight and then the sidewalls a little bit curved in, sort of like a coffin shape. And I'm going to repeat that on all of the nails. Then I'm wiping away any extra dust. And I'm going to go in with my e-file. This one is also by MAKARTT, and I will be sure to leave it below. And on the lowest speed, I'm just filing over the top of the nail to remove any excess bulk and roughen up the surface so that the gel top coat will stick. Now, I've never used an e-file before, this is my first time, and I can definitely recommend it and say that it really saves time and it perfects the nail a lot faster and easier than using a hand file. Now, I know e-filing can be a little bit scary, especially if you aren't used to it, and it was a little bit scary for me at first just because I had never used one before, but after a little bit of practice and trial and error, I got used to it and I really like it, so I will definitely be using an e-file more. And I actually did a whole separate video on this that will be coming out in the future, so if you are interested, stay tuned for that. Now I'm just brushing away any extra dust from the e-file, and I'm going to clean over my nails with alcohol and a lint-free wipe just to get any excess dust off still on the nail. And here are what the nails look like once they are all clean of dust and ready for top coat. So here you can sort of see that beautiful structure and strength you get from the dual forms. And now I'm going to go in with my Soak Off gel top coat called Top It Off, and this is a no wipe gel top coat. So I applied a thin even layer to all of the nails, and this really brings out the shine and beautiful color of these polygel nails. So once I have applied that, I'm going to cure again for 30 seconds, and like I said, this is a no wipe top coat, so there will be no tacky residue that you need to wipe off. And I just think these nails turned out super gorgeous, and honestly I can say that these are my best polygel nails that I've ever done. So then after curing, I'm going to apply some cuticle oil just to rehydrate my skin and nails. So I applied a little drop to each of my cuticles, and then I'm going to go ahead and rub that in and let it soak in for about 5 minutes just to fully penetrate my cuticles. So here is the completed manicure. So here's the before, and then here is the after picture, so you can sort of see the difference that this polygel extension created. So I really like how these nails turned out. I think they're super elegant and clean looking, and obviously if you want you can go ahead and apply a gel polish or regular nail polish to spice up the polygel, but I actually wore these out just like this for about a week before putting polish on, and I really like the finished look. These were super easy to create, especially since everything you need to create this extension comes in the kit, and it also is a pretty reasonable and affordable price. So if you are interested, I give this kit 2 thumbs up and would recommend. So as always, I will link everything below that I used. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.